Yeah, we're pulling some people in the leadership Zoom. Love it. And we're now live on YouTube and we're live on Zoom right at 11:30 a.m. So let's get us started. I want to thank all of you for being here. Hopefully, you had a great weekend. Um, and hopefully you're able to do some things to help grow your business and get some leisure time and R&R and all that kind of stuff too. Long and short of it is you are a business owner, right? And business owners have the freedom to work when they want, where they want, but they also then have the responsibility to work when they want to, and not just be involved, but be engaged while being involved, right? So hopefully you had a good weekend, and hopefully that your iron has been sharpened and you're ready to take on the week to grow your business more. I mean, to make an impact. That's what we're all about, right? So this is the Leadership Live. This is designed for the people who want to lead an agency, not just be an agent. And so the things we talk about here are higher responsibility items, right? To whom much is given, much is expected. And if you want to have a big team that you override and earn significant bonuses each week, you can do that. But it doesn't just happen, right? We make it happen through certain activities, certain intentions, and through certain influence. And fortunately, we all have the ability to do that. Everyone has. The great news is everything we're teaching is stuff that we've been doing for 30 years, things that were taught to us on how to lead local markets, how to then expand those. And it didn't matter back in 1990 whether we're on the telephone doing it with someone or met locally live. You know, people built distance back then too. You didn't have the internet. So you had to meet in restaurants, you had to meet in hotel lobbies, you had to meet in in person or over the phone. There was no Zoom rooms. But that doesn't mean that those things aren't still important. The live meetings are one of the things you can do to really take your business to the next level, even if it's a Zoom live meeting, a one-on-one meeting with your team. So, what I want to talk about today is how you can lead your group. Let me open up and share my screen. And let me go to Keynote. There we are. The Zoom thing takes up most of the screen. Okay. Do you guys all see that okay? I'm going to lower the picture
We
window.
can, yep.
Okay, cool. I'm going to get rid of the participants because that takes up the video when I'm videotaping. Okay, beautiful. Did my screen stop sharing though?
It did,
We
yep.
now see your desktop.
You see the desktop now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, 1 minute. Forgive me, guys. Okay, now you see leadership training,
There we
owning the
go.
opportunity message.
Yep, yep.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, this is what I wanted to go through. And sorry for the inconvenience there and flipping screens. So, leadership training, owning the opportunity message, why local Zooms matter for growth and duplication. See, a lot of people sit back, and what I've titled this is own the message, build the movement. People follow movements, right? Leaders don't just point to the vision, they carry it out. You guys are all responsible if you want to lead a market. You can hope it happens or you can lead it. It's real easy to lead a team of one or two. And by leading that one or two correctly, it's real easy for that team of one or two to turn into four or five. And by leading those four or five correctly, it's real easy for that four or five to turn into 15 or 20. And that's how it happens. It doesn't happen without consistent intention, right? So leaders don't just point the vision, they carry it out. You actually have to do things too. So hosting your own Zoom meetings, doing your own business opportunity meetings, it not only creates connection and duplication, but it creates an urgency. See, one of the things that Tuesday night has is an event. It's an event with a deadline. It's a live event Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., right? And but that's the only one you have all week long. After that, it's they can go whenever they want. So scheduling your own is super important. So we're going to encourage you start doing your own meetings, even if it's just you yourself and one person. You schedule in a meeting for Thursday night at 7:30 and just do it. And invite all your team, invite your new guests and say you're doing a meeting. But here's 5 reasons to host your own opportunity Zoom. Number one, it builds trust and local identity with your team. They see you presenting, they hear your point of view. It creates an urgency beyond the Tuesday night meeting that I was just talking about. So there's a reason to invite for it. It also grows your leadership, it grows your confidence and the confidence others have in you. And then you can customize the message for your audience. If you're in northern Atlanta, then you're talking about how to help that market. Or if you're in Southern California in the La Jolla, you're talking about how to lead La Jolla, California. You can talk about your market. Or if you've got special people that are a bunch of real estate agents, you can talk about how they can do this right alongside their real estate. So you can customize it. And it's easier to invite guests to something you're leading than someone else is leading, right? So here's your 5 reasons to host a meeting. But I would say the number one most important reason is because I think this is the secret ingredient to creating momentum because it duplicates leadership quickly. It duplicates leadership very quickly because they see you doing a meeting with 4 or 5 people. They know they can do a meeting with 4 or 5 people, and they're far more effective than the online videos. So they do all these things you see here, plus they create momentum. All right. The blueprint Tuesday, you got the corporate Zoom, invite to that. But this is like measuring day. It's like if we were in a weight loss contest and we said we're all going to weigh in Friday morning, or we're in a weight training contest and we're all going to do our personal best max bench press Friday morning, or Tuesday night, we're doing a weigh in. Tuesday night, we're doing our max bench press. Tuesday night is kind of a guide stick to how many people have you grown your team? How many people are on the Tuesday night Zoom? How many are on this Zoom today within your team? If that's not even an intention of yours, you're not really interested in duplicating a large organization. These are measuring key KPIs, key performance indexes that you should be looking at all the time. Because if you got a lot of people on Monday Zoom, they're probably going to have a lot of people on Tuesdays. A lot of people on Tuesdays means a lot of people will be talking to clients. Do you know that last week I was looking at our largest funding for the week was 240,000. We had quite a few in the 50 to 100, but our largest 240. The rep was in the business less than a week when that person applied. They literally on their 8th day in business, that client funded, but they applied on their 2nd day in business. They had enough knowledge to understand how to refer it. You don't need massive experience to refer this funding. You need to understand the basics. So the fact that you can create momentum by getting people to your Zoom is important. So you have the Tuesday night, and from there, you do follow up with all your invites. You can do it Tuesday night even, but then you invite them to your scheduled event. So maybe Thursday or Friday, you have your own Zoom. Even if it's just for that guest, and you say, hey, I'm doing a Zoom tomorrow at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It doesn't matter what time you're setting it for. It's specific to you, when you can do it, and them. And you get your entire team. Maybe it's just you and one person right now. So you invite them out and you tell them, hey, I'm going to be doing this Zoom for you. And I'm inviting a few guests myself as well. And if you want to invite a few guests, do you think you'll have anyone there? I'm happy to do a Zoom for you. And now you invite people to it and they invite people to it. And when you have your own private event, guess what happens? You put more people in it than Tuesday night. It's the magic of a personal event, right? So here's your role play. It's real simple. Then you over the weekend, you're helping them get through training, and you're maybe even do a Sunday event or a Saturday event or a Monday event, one more event to get a bunch more people involved before that promotes to Tuesday. We call it recruit to invite. You recruit someone on Thursday, so they're inviting to Tuesday. But they don't wait till Tuesday. You recruit someone on Thursday at your live Zoom, and then on Friday, they're bringing people out to the agent update call. Right? So you're always promoting the next event and you're measuring how many people are showing up. So here's a little challenge for you. Number one, commit to hosting one Zoom event in the next 7 days. If you've been in this business and you've seen our presentations, my first business opportunity I did on my 17th day in business. I had been in 2 weeks. And then the Wednesday following, so I started on a Thursday. So it was like my 19th day in business. I did my first business opportunity in front of like 60 people. And so you don't need months of experience. You've got a slideshow you can follow, right? So use the slides right in our back office under the resource center under team building. You can download the slides and just talk to them. You guys heard McGuire and Tyler do theirs. That was the first time they ever did it live for people was in front of a group of people on our live Zoom. You follow the video, you take notes, right? If you need help, go to your upline. They're here to support you, and we're here to support you. If you want to do a meeting and you want us to come in and maybe talk for 2 or 3 minutes at the end, you got a citywide meeting going on or something, you want David Rutz or Wade Cordell or Ellen Wynn or Matt DeHame or Nick DeHame or one of the corporate team members, you want Morgan to step in, you want Sharon, my mama, to come say something, you want McGuire or Tyler to say something. Let us know. We're happy to try to include ourselves in your meetings, right? There's nothing like what we call closing out a meeting. It's not to get to close money, to close sales. It's to bring a meeting home, to re-edify you for doing it, to edify that local market where they're at, to encourage they win in that local market. Remember, here's the key. This is the biggest problem most people have. Now, not doers. If you're a doer, you're going, you even got to put that slide up there that says that. Yeah, because a lot of people would rather sit around being inactive because they're not ready to be active in their minds. No, imperfect action beats perfect inaction. You could easily go through the slides, take notes. In about 2 hours, you're ready to go. Like the amount of time it takes to watch a movie, you could literally download the slides, watch the way I talk about each slide, write your own notes down for each slide, and go, okay, now I'm just going to practice, or even have the notes in front of you as you're talking. You're looking at a slideshow. I didn't have to remember what I was saying on here. It's on the slideshow, right? So, final charge, guys, in that challenge. People don't follow titles, they follow movements. So you can be the spark for your agency. It will not spark on its own. You must do your part. Okay? You do your part and everything rolls from there. So within the next week, I challenge you all. So go and in the comments, there's not a lot of people on here right now. And I would want to know how many on my team are on here if I were you. Go in the comments and just do a 777 that you will do a BizOp meeting in the next 7 days, even if it's just yourself and one other person. And then what we start doing is, so 777 it out, blaze it out, blaze it out. And then what we start doing is we start posting that out in the DAC room, the Facebook group. And you say, hey, I'm doing a Zoom meeting in Roanoke, West Virginia on Thursday night at 7 p.m. I've got a link. If anyone wants to attend, they're welcome to attend with us. And you just start putting it out, and it's okay if it's not, if you got guests who join your meeting that aren't in your team, that's okay. Because what it's doing is bringing energy to the table, right? So if you want to make it a public event where other people can invite people to, put it in our Facebook group. If you don't, then don't. If you're like, I don't want to do that yet, I want to do my own for a little while. But the key is you got to take the challenge, do a presentation in the next week. Now imagine this for a minute. Imagine this. You're being a spark for your group. Imagine this. You might be an amazing B2B agent today. You may be really good at getting out and getting your own clients. You may be a self-starter. You may be real comfortable with that, but you're limited to you. You're limited to you. What if you had 100 of you and you're making $100 per funding in your team and there's 100 of you and you're just getting one funding a week? You're making 10 grand a week, $500,000 a year. That's pretty spectacular when you think about just 100 active people nationwide. How do you get to 100 active people? You follow this plan that we just showed. You continue to do meetings and you ask others to do meetings. And if you just had 100 people in your group, let's say by the end of this year, you had 100 people willing to do meetings, and they're all doing meetings weekly. You got 100 centers, 100 agencies in your team by the end of the year. How many fundings is that going to develop on a weekly basis? It's going to recruit hundreds of new agents. And our goal is to get one application per new agent in the first 30 days. We're working on some incentives for the first 30 days. We're working on some training for the first 30 days. We're working on things and we're starting to track all the new. That's how I can tell you, someone got a client in their first week, and 60% of all of our new clients last month were recruited by new agents. 60% of all of our new clients were recruited by agents who've been in the business less than 30 days. Come on now. Now we got to increase our old production, our old agent production, but it just shows when someone's brand new, the odds are in their favor, and you get 10% of anyone you recruit. So one of the quickest ways you can amp your income is grow your client funnel, but also grow your new agent funnel. You're making 10% minimum in anything you do. And if your goal is to help every one new agent get at least one application in the first 30 days, that means you're going to have some who get 4 or 5, and you're going to get others who get 0. But the better you do the presentation on the front end, saying we're looking for people comfortable talking to business owners, already experienced or willing to be. And now imagine you got 100 centers by the end of 2025, 100 people doing this meeting, doing their own Zooms, 1 o'clock this day, 2:30 in this town. Joe's doing his on Saturday at 2 a.m. Because they all work nights or they all work days, whatever. And then you got another one over here doing a meeting at 4 p.m. on Fridays, and this one's doing this one, and this one's doing one every single day at 1 o'clock and running ads to it. That's how I got out of General Motors. I did a meeting every single day at 1 p.m. and at 10 a.m. training every single day. And I couldn't be there. I was at GM. So I had someone in my team there or one of my co-op centers there. I did the Tuesday night, the Thursday night, and the Saturday morning because I had to be at work. But every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I did a presentation and a training. And every day at 1 o'clock, we had a presentation going on. I'd invite people, anyone there Tuesday, I'd say, hey, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we have a presentation. If you know anyone, based on your relationship alone, you probably know 1 or 2 people who could be out tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And guess what? Some of them came at 1 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock, what do you think they were being told? Hey, by the way, tomorrow night we're doing a presentation at 7:30. It's Wednesday, let's say. Tomorrow night at 7:30, we're doing a presentation. By the way, we're doing another one tomorrow at 1 p.m. Based on your relationship alone, you probably know 1 or 2 people who'd want to come check this out tomorrow with you. Even if you can't be there, find out whoever can be, and they'll greet your guest when they arrive. Okay. And then 1 o'clock, they're telling about 7:30 tonight. Based on your relationship alone, you know someone. What do you think they're saying 7:30 on Friday night? I mean, Thursday night. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, we're doing a presentation, and Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Based on your relationship alone, you probably know 1 or 2 people who'd want to come out, and that momentum grows. And you don't have a meeting. I know this isn't happening in DAC because Tuesday nights aren't growing. If you do what I just said, if you just do this, you will ignite a spark in your group. Do a meeting every single day if you have to, or get people in your team doing them. And before long, Tuesday night will be like, okay, there's 13 people in my group. There's 44 in my group. There's 77 in my group. Right? That's exactly how it happens if you do this plan you just saw. If you don't, then it stabilizes at a number. You'll have 3 people every Tuesday night in your team, and they'll just be coming back the same 3 the next week until they quit. So some will be like, hey, I'm not into the team building. I don't need to be on Tuesday night. Exactly. Perfect. You're an agent. Go do your agency thing. Others will be like, no, I'm trying to grow my agency. I don't want to just be a B2B sales agent. I want to be a B2B sales agent and a top producing agency with agents nationwide. So do you see how this recruit to invite mentality can move things along? Now, that's a lot of presentations going on, but if you had that kind of structure, if you said, hey, tomorrow, if you're doing a meeting and you know someone posted in the Facebook group, they're doing one at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and you've got the link, you say, by the way, there's another presentation at 1 o'clock tomorrow being done by Katie Sprinkle. Katie's out of Ohio. She's one of our top agents going out there and helping to grow her organization locally. She's doing a meeting at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I can get you the link if you're interested in that. And then we're doing another one tomorrow night out of Atlanta, Georgia. Ellen Wynn's doing one out of Atlanta, Georgia at 7 p.m. Blah, blah, blah. You see what happens? And now you've got something that they can invite to, and they don't have to wait till next Tuesday or just watch a flat video of David Rutz, just a flat website video. That is effective. I'm not saying don't use it, but what's more effective is what you saw today. What you saw today was you're doing them yourself will be far more effective than me doing them. Far more. Far more. Yeah, but David, you can explain it. You've explained it so many times. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's better. It's better for you, someone they know doing the meeting, you owning the vision, you owning the DAC vision, you being proud of it and you sharing it. That's why I say I look at people's Facebook pages, I look at their Instagrams, I look, do they own their vision in DAC? Do they own their belief in DAC? If they're promoting other things on their website and not DAC, I understand some people go, no, I don't promote business on my personal site. Okay, I get it. I think it's a mistake, but I get that. But if you're promoting other things and other people's businesses and other people's things and you're not promoting your own, well, that tells me something, as it should tell everyone you know something. You don't really believe in your business because you're not even promoting it. You're not even going social. One of the first things we say is go social. Go social. Inform the world of your grand opening. That's what going social is, right? So you know this, but some of your team doesn't. All right. Any questions about this? You all put 777, schedule it out, build it out. And it doesn't matter. I can tell you, I've gone to hundreds and hundreds of meetings where hundreds, literally live, where I drove there. And it was just me, the homeowner, and one guest or two guests. I've been to some where they call me on the way there. Hey, no one's showing. I'm coming to do the meeting anyway. I already had it scheduled. If it's just me and you, then it's you and I. We'll turn it into a training. But between now and 7:30 tonight, let's say it's 6:15, I bet you know someone you could get to come to your house by 7:30 because I'm coming either way. And I would continue the drive and they'd have one or two guests there and we would do that meeting and create momentum. Or you can go, okay, you don't really have anyone yet, then I'll just back away and you'll be quitting within 2 or 3 days. Or you continue to stay committed to the cause. You all 7-7, go 7-7-7. Do a meeting in the next week, even if it's you and one person in your team, and you're all trying to get one there and no one's there. But I would do it like soon. Like tomorrow night, we've already got one scheduled. David Rutz is doing one tomorrow at 7:30. You could do one tomorrow 1 though, and get some people out during the day, and they can bring people out Tuesday night, or you could schedule yours for Wednesday night, or you could schedule yours for Thursday night, but just get one scheduled in the next 7 days. Download the slides, go through it. Download the slides and go through it. All right, we got AJ's got a hand up. AJ, you got a question or comment for us?
Okay, hi David. I've been working the social media here,
Yeah,
and I got a message today, about an hour ago, that there is a possibility that this guy could be looking for funding, and he's asking he'd like to know more details.
yeah.
He'd be interested in hearing about more details. Now I've just been DMing. This is just a DM. Now, should
Yep.
I just send him to the website, or should I give him any details in the DM message? Or should I go over anything in the DM message, or kind of what's the best approach to that when you're dealing with the DM message, do you think?
That's a great question. I would say if you, in the business funding training near the end, we talk about how to approach someone about the funding and how to give them the basics, the approval amounts, the pricing amounts. You want to give some basics to pre-qualify them. And then or you can send them right to your website, your business capital site,
Right.
where they can get a video that I talk for a minute. So I would personally, depends on how they answered it. If you want to pull up and say what they said and what you've said, I'll give you a more precise
Yes.
answer. But
I'll tell you
being that this
exactly.
is this, I just wanted to be clear though. I want to go to any other questions that might be about leading a group because that's what Mondays are for. There's this. I'll take your question, but is there anyone who's got questions about what we talked about today, creating duplication, replication, momentum using the Zoom meetings or live local meetings? Doesn't have to be a Zoom. It can be in your kitchen table with 5 people coming over to your house and you're playing the slides on your TV screen. So any questions about that at all from anybody
I
before we?
actually do have a second question about the leadership team building part.
Okay, well, let's start with that because the other one was more of a business funding question. I'll,
Right.
I'll answer it, but this is for the people that some people on here already have 5 or 6 leaders nationwide, and they want to talk maybe about being a local leader more. So it's okay, AJ. So what's your question about team leadership? And then we'll,
Okay. Well, I also just connected with a lady that helps businesses grow. Okay, she's not a funder, but she helps businesses grow.
Mhm.
through like digital media and coaching, things of that nature. So if
Yeah.
she helps businesses grow, I was thinking maybe I could introduce myself to how she could offer funding to help those businesses grow too. Do you feel that would be a good idea in team building, or should
Yeah.
I
Yeah, absolutely.
note
That's
that
what we call a that's
I'm here that I can offer the, businesses funding myself, or, I can offer it to where she can do it.
yeah, AJ, that's what we call a referral source. So CPAs, um, business digital tech people, anyone who is already talking to business owners should be an agent in your team. 100% of them. They at
Okay.
least need to say no. They need to say no, not you. If they're already calling on business owners, they need to know about DAC. It's just like if you have a business owner who's your neighbor who owns a restaurant, they need to know about DAC's funding and payment processing, right? Lead with funding, go to payment. They need to know they're your neighbor. How could they not know about the best funding platform in America when they're your neighbor, right? Well, guess what? This person calling on business owners needs to know about the DAC opportunity. We've got the funding for business owners. We got the opportunity for people calling B2B. They all need to know about it. They need to say, no, I'm not interested. Not should they know about this? Hey, yeah, they should know about this. In fact, sooner the better, because they're talking to businesses every day that need our funding and they don't know we exist and they don't know they can become an agent. So, yeah, AJ, great question. You definitely want to refer them, recruit all those people. They should be on your warm market list for team building and they should get a call. And you should be talking about if they're open to checking out how they could add to their current portfolio of products, business funding, and all they have to do is refer it. They don't have to become an expert. They just have to refer a portal that we give them, and we do all the work from there and get them the funding. They don't have to be at closings or anything else. But yeah, great thought. Absolutely do that. And
Okay.
as far as answering the question on the funding, I'll take it, but I'm going to give one more chance. Has anyone got a leadership development question? You're all going to start doing your meeting. Please, when you do your meeting, go to Facebook and say, I did it. Create some energy. Create some energy. And there's people who make $500,000 a year in our business. People make $1 million a year eventually. They're not right now. They're not right now. And we need some front of the spear people who are like, David has said, do ABC. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do those things. And we're looking for people who are doers. It's funny, I was having a role play with Grok. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. I'll answer your question in a minute, EJ, but Grok, which is X, which used to be Twitter, their AI has, you can talk to it and it'll talk back. You can do it with chat now too, but you can say, I'd like to role play Grok. I'd like you to be a bank manager that I'm trying to get to refer my business funding. Okay, let's role play. And then you can talk to it and it'll give you softball questions. And you say, now I want you to be a little more tougher. I want you to feel a little more suspect about me. I want you to get a little more critical, ask a little bit more, maybe a little more demanding on me. And you can role play right there. And it's so darn effective. So if you're not already doing that, I know this is the leadership thing here. But one of the things that I'd recommend is role play your conversation with your team. I've got an agent who said they're excited about this business, DAC, and yet they're not talking to any of their warm market yet. What suggestions do you have to get me to talk to get them to, that I can say to them to get them to talk to their warm market? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, can you role play that with me? Can you be that agent who says they love DAC, who says they love the business, but isn't talking to people about it? And then you can role play and it'll give you things to say. And then you can also say, okay, should I continue to try to give birth or raise the dead, or should I just go give birth to a new agent who's willing to talk to people now? And so you can sit there and have conversation. And I was playing with it over the weekend just to see how effective it is, how close it is to reality. And I gotta tell you, it's about 90% there. It's about 90% there already, far better than most new agents as far as understanding what a customer would ask. So if you don't know what a customer would ask yet, role play with it. role play with it. And if you don't know yet necessarily what to do with an agent, if they send you an email, role play with this. How do you recommend I respond to this? The reason why will get talked about, their ambition will get talked about, the tips, you give them a script to use, different things. They've ruled out all the things on why most people are inactive. But in the end, you can't force a horse to drink the water, but you can influence its level of thirst by salting its oats. Right. So it's all we can do is influence, but go ahead and role play. But for the team leaders, you can bolt now. I know you're here, you got stuff to do. I'm going to answer AJ's question. I see Katie's got her hand up. Katie, go ahead, ask your question, and we're going to go to AJ and we're going to be done.
Hey guys,
How are you, Katie?
I just wanted to let you guys know it's Thursday at 7. I'm doing the biz op and I do it every 2 weeks now. So I will make sure it stays posted in the Facebook group.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I would encourage you to, that's awesome. I would encourage you to get people in your team doing more as well so that it's not every 2 weeks, because you want to have 4 or 5 meetings a week going on in your team. You got the corporate one Tuesday. You really need, I mean, when I created Momentum that got me out of General Motors, we did one Monday through Friday at 1, Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30, and Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And then we did an 11 to 2 training on Saturdays. That's what was Momentum creating activity. Saturday, people were leaving there ready to take on the world and bring people out to the Monday or Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon. And then every day at 10 a.m., we did a Get Started training in our training center. So the day I left General Motors, that became my job. Every morning, 10 a.m., I'm doing a Get Started training, followed by a 1 o'clock presentation, followed by Tuesday, Thursday night, followed by Wednesday movie night. Let's all get together Wednesday and chum around and have a good time and just, go out to get some Buffalo Wild Wings, bring it in and watch a good motivating movie at the office. And well, we don't have offices now, but you can still do like Katie did, a watch party. You can still have camaraderie. You can still have group spirit. You can still have team meetings. It shouldn't be only the DAC meeting. It should be the McGuire Tate team meeting, the Katie Sprinkle team meeting. Right? Every one of us should be doing our own team get-togethers. And if we're not leading, we're letting it happen. You want to lead it to happen or let it happen? It may still happen if you let it, but it may also turn into nothing if you just let it. So lead it, don't let it. I've never said that, and I'll be saying that the rest of my life. Lead it, don't let it. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. That's a godsend right there. All right, AJ, your question. Thank you, Katie, for posting that. I applaud your efforts, and I'm glad we sandwiched that right in with Tuesdays. AJ, so to answer the question, every time, it doesn't matter whether it's a direct message or you answer their question. So if they're asking specifics, like I'd like more details, what do you got for me? Then I would answer the same way we do in the business funding training. There's something along those. Well, we love to help business owners get access to working capital. We help when the banks can't. Generally, we can get you about 1/2 to 2 times your monthly revenue, like tomorrow. And we have the best offer available because we represent the top 20 providers. So if you ever want to get capital to grow, we could generally get you an offer in 1 business day.
Okay.
Are you interested in more information? So that's, by the way, that's in the business funding training. So you can go pull up the scripts on that and you can see all that. There's 15 different versions, but they all say the same thing. If they say, and you can say, and I can send you a page that's got more details with a video, a 1-minute video if you'd like. That's how you could end it. And they say, yeah, please send me that. And you can send it. Or you can end with, and by the way, I've got a link where we can find out what you can qualify for. I can send you, it'll take you 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's also got a 1-minute video. We'd like me to send you that. So answer their question if they had a specific question. If not, give a general answer. If they say, what are the rates? You got to answer that.
Well, this is what they said here. Okay, I just sent a message. I said I wanted to introduce myself. I'm AJ, and I assist in securing fast funding solutions when traditional banks are unable to help. Should you ever find secured a post in need of capital for growth opportunities or unforeseen emergencies, feel free to reach out. I just wanted to let you know I was here to help if you ever need access to fast funds. And they replied with, well, that's good to know. There is a possibility that I could be in need of some funding, actually. if you have more details, I'd be open to hearing more about what you offer.
Beautiful. So because they didn't ask for a specific page or a specific question, like what is this or what is that? They're just, if you have more, now you could send your website to that. You say, great, that's fantastic. We love helping business owners. Here's our website. It's got more details. There's even a 1-minute video from our founder. He'll tell you all about it. But check it out, and I'll follow up in a couple days to see if you have any questions.
Okay.
So I would say something along those lines, send the link. Now, everyone's got a different personality and different style. There's no best way to skin the cat. There's just the act of skinning the cat. So that's what I do because I would want to send the page. I'm a little more passive. Other people would say, no, pick up the phone and call them and say, let's get them on the phone right now and talk to them. And let's get why send a website? Let's just get on the phone and talk to them. I don't want to invest that time into it until they've seen the site, me personally. So there's no wrong way to do it. There's what's AJ's most comfortable way of getting them more information. Me, I'm sending a site in that case, but you have some pros who will say, no, absolutely not. When you got someone like that, they say, great, send me your phone number. I'll give you a call and we can just talk about it. I can understand your business better, get to know you better, and give you real specific answers rather than just generalities. Some people prefer that model. Right. So you could go that I want to get to know your business more so I can give you real specific information, or I can just send you general information. Would you prefer I call you or send you a link? You could do it like that. So there's no best way. Me personally, I send the link and then say, I'll follow up with you. And now I have a reason to call them. It's almost like permission based without asking their permission.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal feeling. So you go with what feels best for you because there's no wrong way. Perfect inaction is inaction, right? Imperfect
Right.
action is imperfect. I'm glad you're asking for counsel. And so you've gotten 3 or 4 different ways you can do it from here.
Gotcha.
But if they ask a specific question, answer it, don't dodge it,
Okay.
and answer it with a follow-up to, would you like me to send you more? Or here's my link, you can learn more and watch a video. Or, so you always want to answer the question, but then follow up with either send more or another question back to keep the conversation going.
Okay. Got
Have
it.
you ever played the question game? You ever heard of the question game? Answer a question with a question.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it just keeps conversations going. It's okay to answer a question and then ask a question. In fact, not only is it okay, it's encouraged, and it's very, very important to keep a dialogue going. And if someone's not responsive, that's when we want to come on and say, hey, you haven't responded. I certainly don't want to bother you. If you're not interested, just let me know and I won't bother you. But I need to do my job of making sure I'm following up. So are you interested, or would you prefer I not reach out to you anymore? And that becomes a question. And now they get to say, no, don't reach out to me, or no, it's cool, you can reach out. All right. So we covered everything. Get back to doing the presentation. If you didn't watch the whole video today, get out there and watch it. I think what I talked about today is one of the critical things. Mondays, man, we're going through some gems. And these are gems that have generated literally millions of dollars of income for people. So they seem simple, but a lot of simple things don't get implemented because they're so simple. And it does take influencing a group, leading a group, not letting a group grow, lead it to grow, and it will grow. It will respond. We're not for everybody, but we are for many. But those many's want to see leaders. They don't want to see people who are just involved. They want to see people who are in it, going for it, and leading it. All right. So be that. That's why you're here on Monday. Be that. We'll be here tomorrow at 11:30 doing some team building training. And then tomorrow night we get the BizOp meeting. It's getting more and more focused to B2B focused people. But we're not going to turn away those who've never done it because they lead to others. And some of them have the courage to start doing it. All right. But you're going to see tomorrow's opportunities even improved even more on attracting the right people to the business. All right. God bless you all. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget it's tax day too soon. So hopefully you got a big 1099 from DAC. If not, make